loves, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So for today's video, I am going to be showing you guys how you can achieve this super easy smoky eye look using some new products that I have recently picked up from the Desi Perkins and Katy collab with xoxo Colors and Rihanna's Fenty Beauty collection. So if you guys would like to hear my thoughts on these items, be sure to stay tuned to the end of this video. And if you would like to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. I'm going to start off by prepping my eyelid with the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer in the shade Medium. And then I'm going to set the concealer in place with my Laura Mercier setting powder. The first eyeshadow I'm going to go in is going to be my transition shade, and I'm using the shade Burnt Orange by Anastasia Beverly Hills and a small fluffy brush from Luxie. Then I'm going to go in with a bigger fluffy brush just to blend all of that out for a nice soft look. Then I'm going to grab the shade Sienna, and I'm just going to really focus that in my crease and in the outer corner of my eye to build up a more smoky cat eye effect. And now time for the star of the show, the Desi and Katy collab with xoxo Colors and their eyeshadow palette. So I'm just going to swatch all the colors here on my wrist so you guys can see what they look like. And I'm going to go in with the shade Turbo Sun, which is like this perfect bronzy, purpley, glittery eyeshadow. I just think this is the perfect color for a shimmery, smoky eye. And the color payoff by just using my finger is amazing. So I'm just going to use my ring finger and just pat that all over my eyelid. And then I'm going to go back in with a small fluffy brush just to blend everything out. Then I'm going to grab a black eyeliner and just kind of line my lash line to give it a fuller effect. I am wearing false eyelashes, so I'm not going to go too far into that. And then I'm just going to do my eyebrows and prime my skin with my YSL primer. And here I am kind of testing out the Fenty Beauty foundation by Rihanna in the shade 220. I think that the shade is way too light for my skin. I've been told that it oxidizes, but after wearing it for a couple of hours, I literally walked around looking like a vampire because it was way too light for my skin. So I can't really judge it just yet. I feel like once I find a good shade to match my skin, I can then do a better in-depth review for you guys. So I will be sure to get on that, and then I will get back to you. So then I'm going to conceal again with my It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer and set my concealer in place with my Laura Mercier setting powder. And now I'm going to contour my face with the shade Ash Brown from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and add some blush to my cheeks from Sigma, and then highlight, of course, with the shade Fuego from the xoxo Colors and Desi and Katy collaboration. Then I set my makeup in place with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, and then smoked out my bottom lash line with the same eyeshadow shades that I used on my lids. Now here I am trying out the lipstick shades from the xoxo Colors Desi and Katy collaboration, and honestly I was not impressed with the colors at all. That color was no shade, and then I tried to mix it with More Creamer Please, and it was just way too like orange looking. So I went in with the NYX Liquid Lip Cream in the shade London, which seems to be my go-to color this fall season, and now I'm just going to figure out what to do with this mop on my head. And that is pretty much it for this makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And there you have it, guys. That is how I achieved this makeup look. And now for my thoughts and opinions on the makeup that I used. So when Desi Perkins and Katy announced that they were collabing with xoxo Colors to create their own little makeup collection, I knew from the moment it was announced that I was going to buy everything. I'm obsessed with Desi's collection that she has created with Key Australia on her sunglasses, and I literally have every single pair. So I knew as soon as this announced that I was definitely going to pick up the items. I don't usually wear that much makeup. I like to keep it very simple and basic. So when it came to purchasing this entire collection, I really had to think about whether or not it would be worth it for me, because I honestly don't wear that much makeup all the time. So I picked up the highlighters in the shade Fuego and Mirame, And at this moment, I would have to say that Fuego is my favorite. I have Fuego on for this video, and I've been wearing it a lot to a lot of events, and I've noticed that in all of my photos and videos that this highlight is just booming, like bang in your face. And that is the kind of highlight that every woman deserves in her life. And Mirame, I think I've only used it once or twice. It's more of a darker, bronzier highlight. I feel like this would be perfect on my skin tone in like the summertime when I have a tan, but I'm currently fading as summer has ended very quickly this year. So I'm obsessed with the highlighters. If you're interested in grabbing the highlighters, I definitely recommend doing so because they are perfect. As for the eyeshadows, these shadows are just so incredibly pigmented with just using your fingers, and that is exactly how I roll when it comes to eyeshadow. I have a ton of brushes, but honestly, it's so difficult to pick the perfect brush for the perfect eyeshadow, so I just love that I can use all of these eyeshadows with my fingertips. I know it is recommended to use Suze and Harpoon wet, but honestly I swatched them dry and the color payoff was ridiculously insane. Very happy that I picked up this eyeshadow set. Also from the Desi and Katy collab with Dose of Color, I picked up their lipstick in More Creamer Please and No Shade, and then I also got the Hot Fire liquid lipstick. I also thought about getting Sauvage, but it is a very like dark purpley or plum color, and I don't usually wear really dark lipsticks. Like a dark burgundy red is probably the darkest color that I will go, so I didn't really feel like I needed that in my collection, so I kind of skipped out on that one. And I also got the Over the Top lip gloss. I haven't tried the Hot Fire liquid lipstick, which is like their bright red, just yet, but I have played around with their Over the Top lip gloss and their No Shade and More Creamer Please lipstick, and honestly I'm not too impressed with these colors. I know in their videos they talked about coming up with a perfect nude color to fit more goldeny or olive skin tones so that you have the perfect nude for your skin tone, and I was really excited about that because it's so difficult for me to find a nude shade that is perfect for my skin tone. But when I tried these, I found that More Creamer Please is a little too orange for me. Like it's like a very nude or very washed out orangey shade, and No Shade was just way too light or like an exact match to my skin tone, which I absolutely hate when it comes to nude liquid lipsticks. I want to feel like I have lips on my face. I don't want my lips to blend in with the rest of my face. So I'm not exactly in love with these lipsticks. And then the Over the Top lip gloss. I am a huge lip gloss wearer, so I was really excited to test this one out, but I found for me that it was really sticky and kind of like drying almost. Like I like my lip glosses to be very creamy and soft but not sticky, but I found that this one was very like not pasty, like I don't know the exact word that I would use to describe it, but it was just very drying. Like it dried very quickly. It didn't give me as much of a payoff as I was hoping I would get. I mean, maybe it was just me, or maybe I didn't use enough of the product. I'm gonna still play around with this and see how I feel about it, but as of right now I'm kind of like an on the fence about the lip products that they have. Moving on to the foundation that I used. So I tried out the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna foundation, and I used the shade 220. I think it's amazing that they came out with 40 different shades that range from like the fairest of fair to the darkest of dark, and just really provided, you know, foundations for every single person's skin tone. So this is the little sample size that they gave me. I feel like the 220 was a little bit too light for me. I mean, it may, I don't know, you guys tell me. Do you think the 220 is a good match for my skin tone? When I first put it on, I was like, whoa, this is way too light for me, but now that I'm kind of wearing it, it's starting to look like it may be a good match for my skin color. Again, I also am wearing a lot of bronzer because I was like, there's no way this is gonna blend well with my skin tone, so let me just darken it up a little bit. But let me know down in the comment section below, do you think this is a good match? I mean, if you compare it to like the rest of my body, it kind of not really a good match. I would love to try this maybe in a darker shade, and then I will come back to you guys and give you a better review on the Fenty Beauty foundation. But that is pretty much it. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in our next video. Bye!